Breaking. Are the Buffalo Bills making a bold move that could reshape their entire roster? Reports suggest the team may be signing 4-star players in free agency, sending shockwaves across the National Football League. With superstar quarterback Josh Allen already leading a high-powered offense, adding multiple impact players could instantly boost Buffalo's chances of making a serious championship run. But here's the big question. Is this a brilliant strategy or a risky gamble? While some analysts believe these signings could push the Bills closer to a Super Bowl, others worry about salary cap pressure and team chemistry. Stay with us as we reveal the players involved and what this means for Buffalo's future. The energy around the Buffalo Bills right now is absolutely electric, and if you're a Bills fan, you're going to want to hear this. Because something big may be brewing in Buffalo. Reports and rumors surrounding the team suggest that the Bills could be targeting up to 4 major players in free agency, and fans everywhere are asking the same question. Is this the bold move that finally pushes Buffalo over the top and into the Super Bowl? For the past few seasons, the Buffalo Bills have been one of the most competitive teams in the NFL. Led by superstar quarterback Josh Allen, the team has consistently been a serious contender in the AFC. The offense has been explosive, the defense has shown flashes of dominance, and the fan base has remained one of the most passionate in all of football. But despite all that talent and excitement, the one thing that has continued to slip away is a Super Bowl appearance. That's why this offseason is so important. The front office, led by General Manager Brandon Beane, knows that the window to win a championship with this core group of players is open right now. And according to insiders, the Bills are not planning to sit back and hope things fall into place. Instead, they may be preparing to make aggressive moves in free agency by bringing in 4 impactful players who could transform the roster. Now, let's talk about why this matters so much. Over the past couple of seasons, Buffalo has run into the same obstacle again and again in the playoffs. That obstacle is none other than Kansas City Chiefs, led by superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes. Time after time, when the stakes are highest, the Bills have found themselves just one step behind Kansas City. Whether it's defensive breakdowns or missed opportunities on offense, those narrow losses have been painful for the fan base. Because of that, the message inside the Bills organization is clear. Improve the roster, strengthen the weak points, and build a team capable of finally getting past Kansas City and representing the AFC in the Super Bowl. One of the biggest areas the Bills have been evaluating is the wide receiver position. While Stefon Diggs has been an elite weapon for Buffalo since arriving with the team, the offense has sometimes lacked consistent secondary targets when defenses focus heavily on Diggs. When opponents double-team him, the passing game can become predictable. Adding another reliable receiver in free agency could completely change that dynamic. Imagine a scenario where Josh Allen suddenly has multiple dangerous targets spread across the field. That would force defenses to make impossible decisions. Do they double Stefon Diggs? Do they drop extra defenders into coverage? Or do they risk leaving someone else in a one-on-one matchup? This kind of offensive flexibility could take Buffalo's already dangerous attack to an entirely new level. But offense is only one part of the equation. The Bills also understand that championships are often decided by defense, especially in the postseason. Injuries have hit Buffalo's defense hard in recent seasons, and depth has become a major concern in critical games. Strengthening the defensive line and secondary could be a major priority in free agency. Adding a dominant pass rusher would help take pressure off players like Von Miller, who has battled injuries while trying to remain a key piece of the defense. A younger, explosive edge rusher could bring fresh energy and give the Bills a more balanced pass rush rotation. At the same time, improving the secondary could help Buffalo handle the high-powered offenses across the AFC. Teams like the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens have quarterbacks who can stretch the field and exploit defensive weaknesses. In order to compete with those offenses, Buffalo needs a secondary that can lock down receivers and create turnovers. Now let's talk about the big question everyone is asking. Is signing 4 major players actually a good idea? On one hand, aggressive free agency can be exactly what a team needs to take the next step. Sometimes a roster only needs a few key pieces to transform from contender to champion. We've seen teams across the league make bold offseason moves and immediately become Super Bowl threats, but on the other hand, there are risks involved. Free agency can be expensive, and bringing in multiple high-profile players could create salary cap challenges in the future. The Bills must be careful not to sacrifice long-term stability for short-term excitement. This is where Brandon Beane's strategy becomes crucial. Over the past several years, Beane has built a reputation as one of the smartest executives in the NFL. He understands the balance between spending aggressively and maintaining roster flexibility. Every move he makes is part of a larger plan. Another important factor to consider is team chemistry. Football isn't just about talent, it's about how players work together as a unit. Bringing in several new players at once can sometimes disrupt the locker room dynamic, but if the Bills target players who fit their culture and leadership style, those additions could strengthen the team both on and off the field. Head coach Sean McDermott has built a culture in Buffalo based on discipline, accountability, and teamwork. Any player joining the team needs to embrace that mindset. If the new signings buy into the system, the Bills could become even more dangerous. And of course, everything ultimately revolves around Josh Allen. When Allen is playing at his best, he is one of the most unstoppable quarterbacks in football. His ability to throw deep passes, escape pressure, and create plays with his legs makes him a nightmare for defenses. But even a superstar quarterback needs support. Surrounding Allen with more weapons and improving the protection around him could allow him to reach an even higher level of performance. Bills fans know that the team has been close to greatness for several years. The heartbreaking playoff losses, the near misses, the moments where victory seemed just within reach. All of those experiences have built a sense of urgency inside the organization. That's why this free agency period feels so important. The decisions made over the next few weeks could shape the future of the franchise for years to come. If the Bills successfully sign 4 impactful players who address key weaknesses, the entire landscape of the AFC could shift. Suddenly, Buffalo could enter the next season not just as a contender, but as one of the clear favorites to reach the Super Bowl. But until the deals are finalized and the players officially arrive in Buffalo, fans will be watching every rumor, every report, and every announcement closely. Because in the NFL, everything can change in a matter of days. One bold signing can energize a fan base, 2 big signings can reshape a roster, and 4 major signings that could completely redefine the Buffalo Bills' championship hopes. So now the question goes to you, Bills Mafia. If the team truly signs 4 star players in free agency, do you think it's the right move? Will these aggressive moves finally help Buffalo overcome its biggest rivals and bring a Lombardi trophy to the city? Or is there a risk that spending big could create new challenges down the road? One thing is certain, the Buffalo Bills are not standing still. The front office is working, the rumors are heating up, and the entire NFL world is watching to see what happens next. And if these moves come together the way many insiders believe they might, the next season could be one of the most exciting chapters in Buffalo Bills history.